Now, we were talking about his sense of humor. This man has an odd sense of humor, really off the wall. I'm going to give you a quick story to show you what he did to me one night. We had dinner about a year ago, I guess, at a restaurant out in Malibu called the Beau Rivage. Very nice. As we left that night, I was backing out of the parking lot, and the cat hangs around out there. It's like it's a pet of the restaurant or the owner's cat, and I hear this kind of squeal, and we drove home. This man calls me the next day and says, you know, the owner called me, and you backed over his cat and killed him. I said, oh, my God. I said, I didn't know Well, of course, I hadn't. I did, but I didn't know that. So a month passes, and we decide to go back to this restaurant, and I said, I don't know whether I really want to go there, Mike, or maybe they'll be mad at me. He says, no, let's go. So in my sense of humor, I called the owner, and I says, would it be possible tonight at dinner to get a big tray with one of those big covers on it? And I brought this little toy flattened cat to put in there and think. I said, boy, won't this be funny after dinner? Waiter comes with a menu. Here's the menu. And if you look at it and see the printing, I'm not a calligrapher, but I guess it's something like Old English script, right? So I'm reading the menu, and he's sitting across looking at me, and I look, let's see, I have escargot positano, and I see terrine of tabby. That's it. I want you to look at this right here. And scallions, tomatoes, cucumber in 30-weight motor oil. Now I go to and I go right by it. I said, oh, this restaurant gets too fancy, you know. And I go to the next page and I see, this one. Pussy Mousse a la Mercedes. Prepared right on the property. And then I get down to this one here, and by that time I'm getting pretty hip, folks. I'm no dummy. And it says, pressed pussy Provençal, served outside in the dark. That was... And, of course, my business with the terrine went right in the dumper because you one-upped me. And your guy up at the show did all this calligraphy.
Yeah, did a wonderful job.
Beautiful.
George did it. So... Hey, you know, I just want to say one thing, and that is, for any of those families out there who have a relative who has cancer, they know how tough the fight is, and how important the mental attitude is, and how you pull together and you keep a very, very up attitude. It's I'm going to beat it kind of thing, because mentally is more than 50% of your medicine. It's more than 50%. The only reason I'm saying that is. That it seems so totally insensitive to me, especially since, how do they know what my little kids have been told in my own home, that a tabloid would write 4 weeks left, or it's over. Can you imagine that?
Well, the tabloids have never been known for their decency or sensitivity.
I mean, it's unbelievable that people can be that way. That's a cancer.
You know,
that's the cancer in our society.
Fortunately, I think most people out there... I think most people watching with a scintilla of intelligence realize that most of those things, like the Inquirer and the Star and some of the others, are garbage. And the words truth and sensitivity should be. We said our piece. Yeah.
Enough of that.
Okay, you've got a show, a pilot that's going on, you made for this fall.
That's right.
Called Us.
Called Us. I made it for CBS. I don't get better. It's their second mistake since buying baseball. Darn it, it was a hell of a good pilot. I think I might have busted the odds and had another hit.
You know, I was a little worried about this interview tonight. You've made me feel much better with your attitude. I mean it. Okay, so
anyway, I'll give you a brief thing before you see the clip, because it's a nice scene between Barney Martin plays my father. I was a guy who went to jail for 18 years for something I didn't do. My wife was pregnant at the time. I had life in prison without possibility of parole. I told her to tell the child when he was growing up that I had died. and live your life. I mean, I wasn't going to get out. I want the kid come visiting me. So this is a scene where she's called me on the phone because she's having trouble with the boy. He's now 18 years old. My father dislikes her. He wants me to just be with him. He doesn't think I ever should have married her. And I've just gotten off the phone talking to my wife.
You ready to eat?
Yeah.
I'll just wash up. What's she calling here for?
What?
What's she calling here for? It's over. It's been over. You gotta get on with your life.
What are you talking about? She's having a problem with our boy.
He's not your kid.
What do you mean he's not my kid? She had to tell him the truth now. He knows he's got a father. He's my kid.
She raised him. If he's got a problem, it's her fault. Look, you're just getting started again, Jeff. What do you need her problems
Look, just
for?
drop it, Dad. I don't want to talk to you about it.
Oh, sure. Don't listen to your father. What the hell does he know? If you'd listened to me in the first place, you wouldn't have screwed up your life.
All right, that's it. I'm out of here.
Oh, sure. Run away. Just like when you were a kid.
I didn't run away when I was a kid, Dad. You drove me away. There's a difference, you know?
I drove you away? I tried to give you good advice. Is that driving you away? You could have gone to college, Jeff. You had the grades. But no, not you. You get a girl pregnant, you gotta marry her.
I married Ellen because I loved her. I'd have married her if she couldn't have a kid. What the hell am I doing this for? We had the same stupid argument 19 years ago. 19 years and nothing changes with you.
Oh, and with you, something changes, huh? She's gonna dump that kid on your problems and all. You'll see.
Dumping the kid on me, huh? You know what books I used to read when I was in prison, Dad? Books about raising kids. And from year one. But how you hold them and look at them and how quick they get to know you. And the terrible twos and the potty training and the first days in school. About their joys and their fears. Then I used to lie in my bunk at night and try to get myself to dream I was doing those things with my kid. Teaching him to swim and how to throw a ball. And you know what, Dad? In my dreams, my kid loved me. Just the same as I love him and his mom.
Well, that's a good scene. That's a good scene. Good stuff. We'll take a break. We're taking a break. Coming right back. Stay where you are. That's a good, powerful scene. My first guest, a dear friend. A man I've known for some 30 years. I call him Mr. Warmth. He'll be appearing this week, the week of June 6th at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, and then the July 4th weekend, he'll be in Bally's at Atlantic City. Busy. How he found time to come by here, I'll never know. Don Rickles. Don, how
Are you the governor of Guam?
Aren't you getting a little older?
I know your age. The prom's over.
All right.
I mean,
It's summer. It's summer.
I know, but you're dressing like some Chinese yo-yo or something. You look like Hong Kong Charlie.
Hong Kong Charlie.
How you feeling, Ed?
Very good, Don.
Keep your name alive. Great.
Thank you.
You got heavy stuff going, but you're a good guy, and you know I love you, Ed.
Thank you, Don.
I'll testify to anything. Because I heard the news. You're the new host.
I'm so glad.
Wait, I was backstage. Everybody's packing. It's a year. They got a year yet. Everybody, guys say, what are you doing? I'm getting the hell out of here before he decides to come back.
Well, where are you going to work when I leave? This is about it, you know.
Arsenio Hall is going to be at the house for dinner.
That's right, another year.
Yeah. I wish you luck, John.
Thank you, Don.
I think it's time you moved on.
I think so.
I I'm not saying that facetiously.
I'm not retiring. I'm just stepping down as the host of this show.
You're finished.
There are other things I want to do.
Stop trying to be graceful. They asked you to get out, and you're walking away. Ed's staying on. That's his deal.
Well,
stay on and take Severinsen with him with the funny jackets and hope they skyrocket. Jay Leno's going to work in the crowd selling peanuts. But don't worry, John. You got $40 million. You shouldn't walk away.
Come on.
I know what you got. I saw your house at the beach.
I'm comfortable.
Comfortable? Comfortable? When the man spits, there's a guy to catch it.
Doesn't everybody? Well, you don't live in East Los Angeles. You're in Beverly Hills. What are you talking about?
Small little hovel that we keep alive. You know, we don't have what you do. We call you up for dinner once in a while, but you and Alex you have a place now in Utah or something, right?
Yeah.
Are these too fast?
No.
Oh. Now you know why they want to dump them. You ask the man a question, he goes, nobody ever asked me that before.
Yes,
You're great, though, Ed. You keep leaning over like you know what's going on.
That's why he stayed here all these years. Yeah. You're right, John.
Charlie attention.
You got it.
Has no idea when the show's over. He goes, I was so bored. I just want to get back to my life. Oh.
Hello, Bambi.
Nah, I kid you, big guy.
Have you ever thought now you're getting along in years?
Yeah, you're
out on the road playing these little joints?
Not joints. I play nice places.
All right.
What's that joints? You make it sound like I got a tattoo on my arm with cigarettes under the T-shirt.
Well, that's right.
Hey, Vinny, you want another shot?
But didn't you used to play some of those places?
Of course, we all did. No, you came from London. All of a sudden, you're with Alex at the tennis match going, I think it's McEnroe's serve. And I remember you when you sat around with me in New York and went, is it morning?
Are you going to start that again?
Well, you brought it up.
I didn't bring anything up.
I didn't say it, you did.
All right, now,
we're both doing Jack Benny. Why? For God's sake.
Okay, they're not dives. You play nice places.
Right.
Haven't you ever thought saying, hey, that's enough, Barbara? How is Barbara, by the way?
Same.
I'm sorry.
She's a typical Jewish wife. She's wearing the jewelry now and signaling ships.
Are we there yet? Now, haven't you ever thought, hasn't Barbara said, hey, Don, you've worked all your life. Why don't you just stay home now and,
No, I'm going great. You're the one that's finished.
No, I'm not.
No. Hey, don't sell me down the river. I'm hot. I'm going with Ed. We're having our own Tonight Show. And then I'm going to get my kid on Star Search and skyrocket. But no, I don't think about retirement. When the audience doesn't show up, like tonight. What I want to say.
Let me do this, and then we'll come back.
Don't beg. It's your show for another year.
That's right.
And then that other kid comes in with the funny jaw.
Yeah, then you're... We'll be right back. My first guest tonight, who's currently starring, would it be starring or co-starring? I guess he's starring in a picture called Taking Care of Business with Jim Belushi.
Then he's co-starring.
What?
Then he's co-starring.
It says here he's currently starring and taking. Well, we'll find out.
Our staff made a mistake?
Well, we'll find out when he comes out. He's out here filming Clifford, which says with Martin Short, and he wrote a very entertaining memoir titled "It Would Be Nice. It Would Be So Nice If You Weren't Here." That's the way his mind goes. Yeah, would you welcome Mr. Charles Grodin? That is the most self-effacing, humble entrance I've ever seen.
What?
That was the most humble, just kind of self-effacing entrance I've seen.
Excuse me. Do you feel my pants? The lady, Amy Yazbek, who's coming on later, felt my pants were disrespectful.
I don't know. I think they're fine if you're a log roller.
Were you offended by my pants?
Not a bit. No. Jeans are comfortable. I think jeans are
good. And you?
Just.
You wear pants?
Yes, I have pants on. Really not necessary. Most of the time I'm back there. I could probably save a lot if I didn't wear them. Let's work this out here. This is my first guest who's currently starring and taking care of business. Then in parentheses it says with Jim Belushi. So is the correct billing co-starring or starring?
Taking Care of Business is probably the most entertaining picture I've done since Heaven Can Wait.
Did I miss a question somewhere in between? Did you answer something else before this? You're jumping ahead to the next question. You see, they have to come in order. I asked the questions, and you answer the current question.
I have certain things to say, and you have certain things to say.
Of course we do.
I'm interested in
But really, it's not important. You're both starring in the picture.
We're both starring, and
in the
I think it's the most entertaining picture I've done since Heaven Can Wait. I said that, right?
I hope so.
You have to say things twice.
We got to clear something up. You see, and you're starting again tonight. Every time you're on the show, we get mail. I don't say tons of mail.
You use eyeliner at all?
What? Only when I try to get out of the service, but that... a lot of people, when you're on the show, they write me and they call and they say, why does Charles Grodin treat you so shabbily? Doesn't he like you? What is it? I mean, you want to address that or speak to that question?
I don't know what to do when I'm out here because most of the reasons people come on a talk show, I can't really do that. I can't come out and why do people come on a talk show, in your opinion? You're Mr. Talk Show.
To plug this book, to plug this movie.
Okay, and if I would do that,
what else are you here for?
That's what I'm asking. If I would do that, your attitude would be disdain. When I tried to talk about my book in the hardcover, you said $18.95. That's a lot of money for a book. And I said it's my whole life.
I thought it was.
And you said, maybe if it's Mother Teresa's life.
You remember those things, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I didn't know you were that sensitive. You actually remember that.
I'm so sensitive. I really can't answer a question from someone who's not interested in the question.
I'm very interested in the question. Now, what? It's all right. It's okay. I'm used to it. Now, what does the paperback go for?
This is $9.95.
Well, now we're talking. You see? You should have started out with $9.95. Then this would have been $4.60 by now. But I suppose the thing is to get it when you can.
Are you whispering again?
Oh, no, you said I'm whispering last time.
Yeah, you talk very softly for me. I don't know why.
Are you hearing me?
This is what you sound like.
Okay.
You're talking. You made a book. Have
you seen those little whisper things that people get who are just on the edge of going completely deaf, where you hear something? I'm going to get you
think
one
it's
of those.
me?
Yeah. I think you're losing it.
Well, maybe it is me. And now you want to know why I mistreat you.
That's right. Now people don't understand when you come out here. And
Well, but look at you. I mean, you don't really care what I have to say, do you? Honestly?
No. I got to do an hour a night.
Yeah.
I'm looking for warm bodies.
Right.
That's all.
If
I can get 7 minutes out of you, I take a bundle, I go home to Malibu. This is a cruel business we live in, but let's just lay it right on the table once and for all so people understand.
That's right. So if you ask me what I'm up to, I'm not going to answer because I'm not going to make a fool of myself and watch you go to sleep as I answer the question.
No. I know all the tricks. I always look alert when I don't care. You see like this. What are you up to? No, of course I'm in it. I admire you. I think you're a fine actor and
You called me a well-known troublemaker.
Did you listen to the mom? You heard that?
I heard that.
Well, if we took
I also heard the people walked out of Betsy's wedding and went into shrimp on a Barbie.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. What the does that mean?
I was drawing an analogy that Iran now says they would take hostages from Iraq. And I said that's similar to walking out of Betsy's wedding into shrimp on a Barbie. But they're both movies. Neither one are great movies. So the analogy was comparing that. You don't understand it, do you?
It's amazing. How long have you been on the air?
You had to get the last one in.
Sometimes longevity itself, we so appreciate that you're here. It doesn't really matter what you're saying.
That's true.
If Ed Sullivan could be here Sunday night at 8 o'clock, would anybody care what he says?
Not a bit.
We'd be so thrilled that he was there. He'd be 102, but
just
so
the
what?
Just the fact that he shows up.
That's what I mean.
I think that's what it is.
And we appreciate it. So anything you have to say.
Right. Well, we're going to come back and continue this amazing discussion. And we're going to find out what you are really up to.
Sure.
So let's take a break, and we're coming right back. Now, That was our long break of the evening, and I noticed the audience were watching us during the break, trying to figure out what was going on. You were just kind of, and I usually don't talk to the guests during the break because I want to keep it fresh for when we come back. You were just kind of staring off like this for the whole 3 minutes, and people were looking at us. But what was going through your mind? Anything?
I haven't eaten.
So that's hunger.
Yeah,
Hunger.
I was just
hunger.
thinking.
I didn't sense that emotion. That's hunger. Did you have some of the parts you played in pictures? You always play guys who get annoyed rather quickly. What bugs you? Do you have a little boiling point on certain things? Outside of being here, of course. Set this aside.
Is there anything you'd like to ask me? I mean, really?
I'm interested in what bugs you in life. For example, I'll tell you what bugs me.
All right.
Being in a two-lane highway where the guy ahead drives 30 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone and will not let you pass.
Isn't that aggravating?
That aggravates me.
Boy, me too. That's really. But you know what's even worse than that? You know what's even worse than that? Walking out of Betsy's wedding
into shrimp on a barbie.
That really, whatever that means.
Yeah. Okay.
To listen to a joke like that 3 times tonight and not know what it means is really so aggravating.
Yeah, I imagine it is. Do you have any other pet peeves that we can discuss outside of that?
No, I'm more interested in knowing what you really are. Are you interested in anything at all?
Absolutely. That's why I'm asking.
No, you're not really. No, really.
Of course I am.
You really care?
Yes.
What do you care about? I mean, in life. You care about anything? I mean, we hope the show goes on forever.
Sure.
All right. We hope everybody's happy. But, given that and we're all healthy and happy, is there anything in the world that you actually care about?
Yes.
What?
My health. And I have this terrible pain right now. That's aggravated by you asking me dumb questions like that.
Well, I'm trying to cut through the list, the questions.
Well, forget the list.
All right, I'm really asking you man to man as though we weren't here.
Yes.
We are here, but as though we weren't here.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know about you. Sure, there are a lot of things I care deeply about.
Deeply?
Deeply.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on?
Deeply.
Of course.
You?
Yes. I can care about the human condition.
Come on. Like what?
Don't you know what the human condition means?
Yeah, but what do you care about the human condition? You've reduced the entire world situation, Iraq and everything, to an opening monologue. And I'm Hussein, and boo-boo-boo, you really, is there anything in the world that you really, do you lie awake at night and worry about anything that doesn't have to do with the show or yourself?
Yes, the mentally impaired.
You're afraid.
Nobody's perfect.
You're afraid that you're going to become mentally impaired?
No. I think you missed that. All right, let's talk.
Maybe I misunderstood.
Yes, I think you did.
Yeah.
Now let's get serious.
This book?
Yes, this book.
That's my book you have in your hand.
Yes.
Why do you face it toward yourself?
Is that what you want?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Now, it's called My Journey Through Show Business.
No, it's called It Would Be So Nice If You Weren't Here.
Then below that it says My Journey Through Show Business.
My Journey.
Kind of an addenda.
Yes.
All right. Have you had an interesting journey through show business?
No.
Then why would somebody buy this? I mean, you tell a lot of anecdotes about your early years.
That's why I have to come out here, for it. I have no idea why they should buy it. No, that's the thing that I'm most proud of that I've ever done in my entire career.
Now we're getting something.
All right.
See how simple it is? See how simple it is?
Do you care?
Yes, I care.
That's the thing I'm most proud of that I've ever done in my whole life. My whole life. 20 years of which I've spent with you out here on occasion.
That's true.
On occasion.
Right.
It's my longest standing relationship in life outside of my mother and my brother.
How do you get along with your mother?
Very well.
Yes,
very well. My mother, my brother, and you.
Oh.
You are my third longest relationship I've had in my life.
Wow,
and when you're gone, and by gone I don't mean gone. I mean
gone sounds like gone.
No. I don't mean gone.
People usually say that when you're
gone. No longer on this show, and I'm sitting here with. I won't be sitting here when you're gone.
Oh, wow.
From this show. I don't mean you'll be gone. You won't be gone.
Yeah.
No, we don't say that. right?
Yeah.
Look how nervous everybody gets.
Well, why wouldn't you come here with whoever was going to replace me? I mean, you wouldn't come back?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
You're loyal?
No, I am.
Don't you do other shows at all?
Yeah, I do all the other shows.
Well, you see, you lied to me, didn't you?
Are you?
You lied to me.
Yes.
All right.
Are you proud of anything? No, I'm most proud of that book because it tells what people have to deal with when they go into show business. What are you proud of?
That I didn't write a book like this. That's what I'm proud of. We're never going to get a straight answer a question out of you.
No, I'm serious.
I'm
serious.
concerned.
That is what I'm most proud of.
It's a good book. It's a very entertaining
Have you read the damn book?
You betcha. I read the hard copy, which is very similar to this one.
You didn't buy it, did you?
What?
You didn't buy it, did you?
Of course I didn't buy it. I think I'd been $20. We'll be right back. Stay where you are.
My first guest, I consider a good friend. He's been with us several times in the past few months, and a most original and creative talent in our business. Would you welcome Mr. Orson Welles? Welcome back. I got to tell you something. I thought about it upstairs tonight. The very first time you were booked on this show, I was really kind of scared. I don't know whether you know that or not. I didn't tell you that because I've always been in somewhat awe of you, and I did not know you at the time.
But we'd been on the same stage together, and no harm had come to you.
That is true. That is no harm. And I was. And then you were on that show the first night, and everything just worked great, and now it's so great to have you here all the time.
Well, I was much more scared than you were, believe me.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
No,
sure.
That I won't buy at all.
Well, of course. Of course, anybody's scared to get out in front of the public. I think it's only the people who haven't done it very long aren't scared. Just now, for instance, they said I was waiting behind the multicolored curtain, and one of the fellas back there says, well, this must be like old hat to you. You know, because I've been about 4 times on the show, and old hat. I was, it was just like an opening night. Nervous.
I guess performers, no matter how much professional they are, and sometimes the more professional, the more uptight they get. I remember reading, and I found it hard to believe that Helen Hayes at one time, when radio, could not stand at a microphone and read a script.
Not true.
Is that not true?
She did 6, it was under contract.
Is there somebody else I'm thinking
6
of?
plays a year from me when I had an hour radio show, and she was super professional. She knew radio very well.
Then I have the wrong lady, but someone of that
wrong lady,
stature,
somebody like that,
absolutely was petrified to stand there with just the sheets of paper. And
a lot of people can't read. You know, reading on radio is another talent.
It is.
Some people can ad lib and some people can't, and some people can read a script and make it sound like they're making it up, and other people take a long time. Larry Olivier, for example, is a terrible radio actor.
But on stage, then?
Well, he needs his 3 or 4 days. His first readings are very mysterious. You think, that's Sir Lawrence, is it, you know?
That's unusual.
Yes, you see. And I had him on the radio several times. And the first time, we had an old radio actor called Ray Collins who came up to him, said, didn't I see you on Big Sister? That was a soap opera, you know? And he came up to me later, Collins, and says, this poor fellow doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe we better help him out a little.
Lawrence Olivier.
Yes, that's right. Because he was nervous about reading the words off the page, which is a special thing.
I drive home now after the show, and one of the stations out here has been playing a lot of the old radio broadcasts. Suspense and a lot of the original comedy shows and drama shows, the Lux Radio Theater. And you realize what a wonderful medium radio really was when it was done well.
Dramatically, it was, I don't think there's any medium better, because it, first of all, it did what television doesn't do. It made people listen and pay attention, because as we are talking, the great majority of our public may well be wandering about the room or up to something else. But on radio, they couldn't follow it at all unless they were really following it.
That's true, and the imagination really had to take over. And that's why a lot of things on television they could never do as well. For example, I don't think on a television show they could do a really horror or mystery type of thing as well.
No, because your own imagination would do it.
Because they can't create those special effects that's in the mind all the time when you hear it.
Oh, yes.
Those were great days.
I had intended to bring a little magical illusion with me, and I put it in the wrong jacket.
No magic tonight?
So no magic tonight, and I had also told myself that I would do what Mrs. Temple used to tell Shirley before every take, and I find I'm not doing it. Do you know what she used to say?
No.
This is really true. Just as they put that slate on, you know, take number 4, whatever it is, Littlest Rebel. She'd say, "Sparkle, Shirley."
Sparkle?
Sparkle, Shirley. So that's what I told myself behind the curtain. Sparkle, Orson.
Smile now. Let's see some of that. That's funny. I got a couple other things I want to ask you that I wasn't going to get to. That might be fun for the next time you come. I want to.
Am I leaving?
No. No, you're not while you're sparkling. I want you to get some of those scripts you have and bring them if you have them, and let's show the people how difficult or how unusual it is to read a dramatic thing. And
we can do a suspense show here.
And set it up, and we'll get the sound effects and actually recreate.
But do it seriously.
Do it straight.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Right. And it'll be very funny.
All right. No, it'll be serious. We'll be right back. More sparkling in just a moment. We're back. Orson and I. Orson just suggested during the break, the thing would be most apropos would be the Shadow, which you did on radio.
Yep.
The Shadow. Remember that
One of the
series?
things
Now, in those days, it was interesting. The shows were live on radio, most of them. Some of them were transcribed.
No, network shows had to be live
But they
by law.
Right.
The only transcribed shows were syndicated shows and local ones.
And you would play like maybe 5, 6, or 7 different shows, like in New York City, playing different characters on each one, right?
Yes, and I found out that you can hire an ambulance in New York without being sick.
Now, I didn't know that.
So I used to go from CBS to NBC and back again in an ambulance so I could get through the traffic in order to get from one soap opera to another, you know? And I wouldn't know what I was going to play. They'd hold an elevator open for me. I'd come in. They'd say, Studio 3. I'd go into Studio 3. They'd hand me a piece of paper. I'd say, what is it? And they'd say, 70-year-old Chinaman. And we're on the air. I didn't know how it turned out, what happened, anything. I was a 70-year-old Chinaman.
Just go right in.
We're talking about first readings. That's radio reading. Well, and, of course, radio actors like myself, that first reading is the best one. We haven't got anything better after that.
You just go do it. What would happen when you do a fluff? Now, there had to be times when the lines would...
Oh, yes. We had, I remember one morning, we used to do a show in my poorest days in radio when I had only one show to live on. Joe Cotton and I were both living on $18.50 a week, which was the fee for this. It was on what's called sustaining, and it was the School of the Air.
The School of the Air.
The School of the Air. And one morning it was about the Olympic Games in Greece. And the lady authoress, an unmarried woman in her late 60s, was sitting in this tiny studio with an organ and the rest of little cast of 6, and we picked up the script, pretty badly hungover, I may say, and went on the air live with dialogue that went like this. Ah, Pythias, you have the biggest lance in all Athens. Can you throw it over your shoulder? Let me see your discus, you know. And all perfectly clean, unbleepable stuff, but we were only about 6 minutes into it when they had to just play organ music. We were all on the floor because the spinster lady didn't know why. We thought it was all so dirty. And when we finally came to a line where I had to say, barrels and barrels of pith.
Organ music up and out.
Organ music, and I never worked for School of the Air again, nor did Joe Cotton. We starved for a month.
Off the School of the Air.
We were written out.
They did wonderful things in those days, and not all the stories are apocryphal. They're true.
The craziest are true.
They undressed Bill Stern once. You know that?
Oh,
story?
yes, I was there.
Well, Bill Stern was one of the great sportscasters of all times, and he was at NBC, I think, at the time, and somebody went out to a studio tour. And while he's on the mic, they removed his trousers.
Oh, yes.
Now, there's nothing he can do. He is on the air.
That was Frank Reddick.
They're pulling his trousers down, and he's saying in the meantime the score on the Browns.
Right.
They pulled his trousers off. Now they go out into the hall. And there's a studio tour and say, by the way, you better drop by 8H. Stern's doing the sports. And all these people walk by the window where he was sitting there in his shorts doing the thing. Wonderful things like that. Setting the script on fire was an old device, wasn't it?
Yes, and then we used to do a lot of shows in front of an audience, all dressed up in evening clothes. I never knew quite why.
Give it a dramatic
thing, you know, the Philip Morris hour and things like that. And we had a very dramatic director called Charles Martin, who used to give very dramatic cues, and he was, you know, the Toscanini of the radio directors.
So the audience would be aware he's
and
there.
he'd see him in his dinner jacket doing all of this. And I used to repeatedly pretend to drop my script and lose my pages before it came to my time in order to spoil his act. You see, because I'd drop all the pages and we'd all be picking them up saying, oh, that isn't it, must be this, and so on. Then while he was looking away, I'd get the real script out of my pocket, you see.
That could be heart attack time.
Yeah, heart attack time. But he gave us a rough time during rehearsals, so we felt he had it coming to us. But it was very funny. Sponsors in those days. Over and over again, radio actors would be barred forever, not allowed ever again to work on a show because it was a Camel show and they opened up a package of Chesterfields or something.
That's how seriously they took it at that time.
Just the package in your hand, blackballed forever. In radio, a medium where nobody could see anything.
I remember once when I was in radio in the Midwest, the favorite device there was because we didn't have a news editing staff or anything. We would just, pull it off the teletype, and the AP or UP would come in on the yellow sheets of paper, and the radio announcer, Ed knows this, would tear it off, and you go into the news, and you read what the stories are. They would type in, they would get a sheet, and in the middle of the news, they would type in some horrendous, obscene story that you didn't know the end of it until you were about halfway through, and then, of course, your eyes would drop down, and you'd say, in Cedar Rapids, Iowa today, Mr. William Scranton went into the barn, and all of a sudden you'd see what's coming. And you'd say, we'll be back to that story in a moment, but first, terrible things like that.
Yes.
But you would be halfway through the story before you realized you'd been had.
We had an announcer. I had a show for Campbell's Soup, which was called the Campbell Playhouse, and we had an announcer called Chappell.
Ernest Chappell.
Ernest Chappell had a very earnest and dramatic voice, and he used to rehearse his commercials very seriously, and there was a running line for a year, which was, as sure as you like chicken, you like Campbell's chicken soup. Now, I had been sent by somebody
They're reading
a copy
along.
of the Poulterer's Gazette, in which Campbell's Soup was advertising for old roosters. Now, as a matter of fact, roosters make the best soup on very old chickens, but we didn't know that. We thought it was funny. So I had my cast every week in dress rehearsal. While Chappell was saying, you like Campbell's chicken soup, we were saying rooster soup right along with him. And he would say, now, fellows, I'm going to go on the air and I'm going to say rooster. He did.
He did. That's what's called is the pre-psyching somebody out until you get them absolutely mad. Now, you know the famous story. This is fun tonight. This is just fun and reminiscing. You know the famous story that George Burns did to Jack Benny? It had to do with Jeanette MacDonald, did it not, Freddie?
I don't know it.
It's a wonderful story, and it shows you how you can psych somebody out. Apparently, Jeanette MacDonald and her husband threw lovely parties, but inevitably, before the evening was over, somebody would ask Jeanette MacDonald to sing, which she would.
And
if they didn't,
she had somebody hired who would.
Because she wanted to sing. So George used to say to Jack Benny, 3 days before the party, he'd say, Jack, when Jeanette MacDonald gets up to sing at the party, don't laugh. It would be very embarrassing. He'd call him the next day. Jack, somebody's going to ask Jeanette to sing. I would be very embarrassed if you laughed while she... Sure enough, so they're at the party and somebody says, Jeanette, would you sing a song? And Jack goes right out. It was all over.
physically unable not to explode with laughter.
I know that's true, as it sounds like George for one thing.
He was.
And Jack also was. You could get him quicker than anybody who ever lived.
Was a great patsy for George.
Oh, he was one of the only great comedians who really enjoyed other comedians.
Right, he did.
You do too, but they're so rare. The people, the really good comedians who, because of that false laugh. If you've ever watched them.
Oh, trying to break up.
Yes, no, that's right.
I like your
I
Ernest.
used that in Grossinger's in 1939.
I like your Ernest Chappell reading of the chicken soup. What is that again? If it's
As sure as you like chicken, you like candles, chickens, rooster, chicken, rooster.
Oh, I got another story. I got another one come to mind. Oh, this is more fun. Ed Hurley, one night. I've told a story on the air before. Ed Hurley, who does the Kraft cheese commercials and has for years of the Kraft Playhouse, had the actor Seshua Hayakawa, and they had fit in. He's in the booth.
You know you're in trouble now.
No, he's absolutely... And, of course, Ed Hurley has this wonderful rhythm in his voice, and he's just finished How to Make This Wonderful Cheese and send for the booklet and 50 Ways to Prepare Kraft Cheese. And you know he's in the booth sitting like this, and it's the end of... The credits are coming over the crawl. And Ed Hurley, he says, next week we have the bridges of so-and-so and so-and-so starring that magnificent actor, Seshua Hayakawa. And you heard this, he said, I mean, of course, Seshua Hayakawa. And now you hear just a little bit of it in the booth, and Ed now comes on to try to really bail himself out, and he says, you'll have to, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but I've always had a little problem with that name, but of course I'm talking about Seshua Hayakawa. He did it 3 times in a row, and I fall out of the chair. I am absolutely... By then it was all, he couldn't get it if Hayakawa was there, he couldn't have it.
I had a show called The Cornstarch. I was the voice of Cornstarch.
Oh, you're putting me on now.
I kid you not, and it was one of my first really good jobs because it was 5 days a week, $75 a time. All I had to come in was read a poem while the singing strings of somebody or other played, and I'd read this thing. And I had to write a little thing about the poem before I would read it. It was a 15-minute spot for the housewife at noon. And I had been up about 3 nights without being to sleep for overwork, as you may imagine. And came in one day, and it was a poem they picked for me by Robert Browning, and I couldn't understand what it was about. And I didn't know what to say about it. And I remembered a line from a play that I'd been in, The Barretts of Wimpole Street with Cornell, when she says to Browning, who was a character in the play, what does this poem mean? And he says... kind of a funny line that he really said in life. When this was written, only God and Robert Browning know what it meant. Now only God does. So I thought, I'll say this. The ladies will enjoy it. So on singing strings. And all the sponsors, and the smaller a show was, the more sponsors would be in a
of course,
in a room, you know, were gathered. And I said, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This poem puts me in mind of what the author said originally, that when this was written, only Brob and Grobbit breeding. When Grot was written, only Grobbit breeding. Music continued. When Grob and Gribbit... When God was written, only Brob and Vit and Gritty. And then I saw all of these faces, purple and black, staring at me. And I just put down the script, walked out of the studio, and never saw them again.
Never saw... Oh, that's wonderful.
No way.
So once you're into it, there is no way to recover except leave and come another day. Hey, I thank you. I understand you have to leave early.
I have to leave early, and I have to say, you made a remark there that there were 2 people by the name of Orson Welles.
That's true.
And, I mean, by the name of Orson. And, of course, neither of those statements is true.
Who's another person named Orson?
You see, there is nobody named Orson. It's like saying, you know, they make champagne in Argentina. Figure that one out.
Robert Browning, Dolman.
Yes. No, there is a deep message in that, because... the very talented fellow, and I wish you weren't, who's following me with this name,
Orson Bean,
you know, was really born with a very straight name. His name is actually Wilmot Entwistle.
I don't buy that at all.
Well, it's a name like that. Ask it.
Wilmot Entwistle?
It's a name like that. What happened was, in those days, Bob, they used to use my name on radio just to make people laugh. They used to think Orson was that funny. And maybe it still is. And this fellow, Wilmot...
Wilmot Entwistle?
Yes, Entwistle or Brace Griddle, whatever it may be. Deciding at the beginning of his career that since he didn't know any good material, he'd better come out with a funny name.
Took up Orson.
Invented Orson Bean.
Do you know anybody else besides you and Orson Bean named Orson?
His name isn't Orson.
Well, I mean... well, professionally it is, but do you know anybody else?
No. No, and there'd better not be.
Thanks for coming.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
From Hollywood, this is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Sammy Davis Jr., Diane Keaton, Freddie Prinze, and Irma Bombeck. And now, here's Johnny.
Settle down. I'm Johnny Carson, not the Exxon Tiger. Kind of fidgety tonight, aren't they?
Yes.
You're not used to wearing long underwear, are you? This is a good group. I was listening.
Great
to
crowd.
backstage. They
Yes.
Got your lips puckered and everything. You want a kiss, or you been siphoning gas?
How about that?
Boy, that'll set you free. That outfit. You look like an endangered species. Too endangered. What is that? What is that mixture?
Never mind that. I got a whip and a chair that go with this outfit.
What is that? Mimeograph rabbit or something, or what?
Leopard.
That's not real, though.
Of course not.
Tell them it's not real, because you're not supposed to do that anymore, right?
No.
But that's real tiger on the bottom.
Say it, that. It's not real.
No, it's not real.
Okay. Because there are not many left.
No.
Not many of him left either. Well, the news has been terrible lately.
Yeah.
People are depressed. So tonight I'm not going to do any jokes about Watergate. I'm not going to do any jokes about the energy crisis. I'm not going to do any jokes about gas rationing or inflation. So good night. There's nothing left. I thought I heard you introduce Tommy before the
Yes.
show. I never know when Tommy's with us.
He's with us.
Neither do we.
Neither do you? Tom, I make jokes about Tommy. Tommy is just not how should I phrase it?
Outgoing?
A born loser.
Yeah.
You know what he did today? He shaved one of those 2-track razors, and both blades missed the whisker. And, boy, that's, well, what else is, if I sound a little, nasal tonight, I'm fighting a cold, so forgive me. I've got a head full of cotton. Hear it?
Did you take your pill again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Strange pill. Supposed to dry you up. It dries everything up. I haven't gone. It'll be a week Sunday. Do you know when's the date for daylight savings time?
Not set. Could be before the first of the year.
Well, I think before this month is out, we're going to go back on daylight saving times. 1 more hour of daylight. That's kind of nice, isn't it?
Great, I love it.
That'll give us an extra hour to look for our stolen bicycles. Did you read that you know who's really affected by the energy crisis? We haven't talked about? The farmers. They have had to turn off their electric milking machines. And now they're turning the cows on by hand again. Just like you know, they find that they're getting more milk now that they're emotionally involved. That's true. Well, let's see. It's not easy to find things in the news that are much fun. The auto industry, as you know, is having all kinds of troubles. I guess GM has cut back, Ford has cut back. Nobody wants to buy big cars anymore. That may be one of the great things that comes out of this whole thing, you know? If we can do away with those big cars and go back to a 2,000-pound car, I think we're going to be a lot better off. There's a dealer out in the valley that's really having trouble, Cadillac dealer. You know what he's doing? He's letting the air out of the tires, and he's offering them as condominiums. That's what he's doing, all right. Guess where they sighted the latest UFO? Not in this country. Northern Italy. Mysterious flying objects in northern Italy. You can't believe all of them, though, because one guy said he saw this giant saucer with pepperoni and cheese with a big 4-foot anchovy on it. So wouldn't put too much. Anyway, tonight, did you tell him who we have?
Yes.
Sammy Davis is here tonight. We have. Diane Keaton, who's a strange young lady, most talented. A new young comedian. We're always looking for new young comedy people. Freddie Prinz is with us tonight, his first time on The Tonight Show. And a fascinating, charming lady, Irma Bombeck, who writes a syndicated column around the country. She's a journalist, an author, and she's just charming. So what else do we have? We doing something else?
That's it. That's enough.
Are there any questions? Never get any questions. Beg your pardon?
When are you off? You want to open your big mouth, right? Ask for questions.
I had to ask for questions. I get a hostile lady. When are you off? I'm getting sick of you. I'm not going to ask that anymore. We'll be right back. Okay, we'll be right back after this word.
For years, I've been telling you what a really nutritious and great-tasting breakfast cereal Product 19 is. Well, now there's a new Product 19. New because it has more nutrition. So much more that it's now classified as a multivitamin and iron supplement cereal with 100% of the U.S. recommended daily allowances for 10 vitamins and iron. All that nutrition in great-tasting flakes. Enjoy the multivitamin and iron supplement cereal. Kellogg's new Product 19.
Take a good look at your wood paneling. Looks dull and faded. Well, Scott's Liquid Gold was specially formulated for wood paneling that has been dried out by heat, air conditioning, and sunlight. It's not a cover-up, but goes down below the surface to restore and preserve the natural beauty of fine wood. Liquid Gold cleans away dirt and helps hide scratches and water stains. Remember, for best results, don't use wax after using Liquid Gold. Use Liquid Gold regularly, in aerosol or liquid.
Going to happen one night.
What's going to happen one night?
One night I'm going to wear my green suit. I went out and ordered a green suit, but I haven't had the courage to wear it yet.
It doesn't take courage to
It takes
wear
a
a
little
suit
courage
like
to
this.
wear. I don't know, but green must be the in color because I took a flyer and all of a sudden I see that you have one.
Why not?
One night we'll
Because that's the way I feel tonight. Get here.
You got a green feeling.
Oh, boy, I can't hear myself.
You took a new pill?
Yeah, I don't know, Scadmilbone or something like that. It's supposed to dry you up, but your brain shrivels. And I can't hear myself. Can you hear? Yeah, obviously can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, yes. If you start to talk and we don't hear it, then I'll tell you.
No, but the ears are plugged up and I'm talking, but it's like you're in a vacuum or something. Very strange. Anything to report?
Nothing report. Thing. I was with one of your guests last night to the wee hours. Mr. Davis was into the town, Las Vegas, last night. We were watching Joe Williams. Now, that's a nice
he's up
treat.
there, isn't he?
That's a nice treat, yeah.
So you're staying up late?
Well, of course, you finish the show about 1:45. I can't go to bed right then.
Why not?
A person can't put his body into a bed right at that point.
Why not?
It takes a while, to get down from that high. You're up there.
Certainly.
You're
of
up
course.
having fun and so forth. And Joe Williams happens to be in the lounge. You know how fond I am.
You just go right in there.
Right into the lounge.
Bill Vaughn, who is a AP editor, had a column this week on curses. Curses have been through the ages when people get steamed. Little things you can say. Here's some he has in this. May you be humiliated by a burglar who breaks into your house and doesn't find anything worth taking. May your children form a rock group and rehearse in your living room. These are mild now. That's why I'm reading these mild ones. May you be drafted by the Houston Oilers. May you marry somebody who agrees with you all the time. As long as you live, may there never again be any cheese with your apple pie. See, those are mild curses, but
I like it, but what I like about it is amazing in one article how you could cover all the possible curses that you could ever have. I mean, that one article, that little piece of paper says everything in the world you could say about curses.
Well, Mr. Vaughn has the right idea, but unfortunately he is not aware. I'm sure he's aware of all the things that are going on today.
Right.
With inflation and blackouts and food strikes we have out
mean
here.
there are other curses?
Government problems. We need more fitting, more violent curses that you can
It's a
say.
shame we don't have any here.
Yes, we do,
Oh,
right
we do?
here.
Oh, I see.
There's a time to live, a time to die,
Yes.
a time to sow, a time to reap, and a time to get steamed.
Right.
So, here's some curses for 1973.
Right.
May you swell up from the waist down. May the only hair on your body be ingrown. Bad. May the best feature on your face have to be lanced. Those are...
That's a curse.
May you live alone and find writing on your toilet paper. May your hat size go from 6 7/8 to 10 1/8 by sundown. May the best thing you drink all day be barium.
Ooh, that's a bad.
Did you ever have one of those
Yes, I did.
barium X-ray
Twice,
jobs?
yes.
Oh, they give you that stuff? Those I can tell by the moans, the people who've been through that.
Oh.
It's like drinking a swamp.
Yeah.
It is the worst stuff. May the only job you can hold down be test pilot for Preparation H. That's a violent curse. May you turn down your thermostat to 68 at night and the next morning have to be chipped out of your water bed. May your only daughter's first bra have 3 cups. May you find the milkman's toupee under your wife's pillow. May you be on a quiz show and be asked to name all President Nixon's attorney generals. That'd be a tough one. This one is rather long, but it really sums it all up. May your Christmas dinner take place in an open field near El Segundo, and may it be a rusty can of beans, and may you have to share it with an old man with 3 teeth because he owns the spoon.
That says it.
That says it
The
all.
abomination of desolation.
Tonight, as I mentioned, we have Diane Keaton with us. We have Sammy Davis. We have Freddie Prinze. We have Miss Irma Bombeck. Mrs. Bombeck, I believe it is. And we'll do this first. Word about J-Mar slacks, and we shall return.
Today, men's fashion offers so much variety, it's difficult to know what's the right look for you. But in the new J-Mar Slack fashion collection, we think you'll agree there's plenty there that's just your style. Take J-Mar's patterns and colors, for instance. Not too sure you can wear a plaid? J-Mar has one for you in its fashion collection. Want a solid, but with some zing? J-Mar introduces 49 new shades created just for fall. Now let's look at J-Mar's cut, starting with a deep cuff and a balanced flare, to the new welded pocket and tunnel belt loops, all in your choice of poly knits, stretch wovens, or wool. And now you can top it off with a J-Mar sport coat, perfectly tailored in the J-Mar tradition. They look great, feel great. just like Jamar slacks. Your nearest fine men's or department store will be glad to show you their Jamar fashion collection. And remember, Jamar slacks and Jamar sport coats are made by people who care, for people who care. Jamar Ruby Incorporated, Michigan City, Indiana.
My first guest has been with us, I would suppose, about a half a dozen times, and she's rather shy, very unique and charming, and she is about to open in a motion picture called Sleeper, which is by Woody Allen. And she's a fine actress. She was also in The Godfather. Would you welcome Diane Keaton? No, I was going to give you a little kiss on the cheek, and I said, no, I won't do that because I have a little bit of a...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it's one of those things.
Yeah, that's life, huh?
Yeah. I get about one cold a year is all.
One?
I've been very lucky.
Yeah?
I can't remember the last time, and it just shows up, and that's it.
Well, I'm glad it only happens once a year. Too bad at Christmas, right?
Yeah, it's bad time
Yeah,
of year.
well, you know, that's life again.
No, that's my gift for being lousy, I guess, the rest of the year. No, there's a new strain, isn't there, coming in, that flu, the doctors are worried about or something? Like the one they had the London flu one year and then the Asian flu. And
Oh, I don't know.
yeah.
I should, but I don't.
Well, I didn't mean it was a rhetorical question anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's true.
How's your health?
My health, I feel pretty good. I'm doing all right.
You ever been sick at all? Did you ever get sick?
Yeah, I used to as a youth. I had asthma. You know, it's one of those ones.
Oh, that's murder.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's awful. I mean, it's really awful.
Did you just grow out of it or what?
Yeah, I grew out of it, yeah. And then I got something else, you know?
Well, what'd you get?
Neurotic.
Neurotic? No, come on. Would you rather have asthma or be neurotic?
Well, absolutely.
At least for asthma, they can send you to Arizona. For neurotic, I don't know where they send you.
Yeah, there's no cure.
Hollywood, I guess.
That's right. Just become a real enormous monster, yeah.
When did you first think you were neurotic?
Well, yeah. Well, I would say, long time ago. I would say it could even be in junior high. I had inklings that I was not doomed for the best of all life.
Yeah,
you know?
but things are going good. We haven't seen you for a long time. What have you been doing?
Oh, that's right. Well, I did these.
You've been gone longer than I thought. Yes. So much has happened. There's something buzz running around. There's a little gnat.
These things happen. No, I was, I've been around. I live in New York. And
I know you've been around, Diane. I know that.
Not that way.
No.
But, no, I did those movies. You know,
You did Sleeper.
I did Sleeper with Woody, and then I just finished doing The Godfather with those guys. You know?
Is that The Godfather Revisited or Godfather 2?
It's The Godfather 2, yeah. So I'm through, but...
You still play the same character that you played in the
I
first?
play another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the same one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm married to the same guy and all that.
Yeah, you were married to
Pacino,
Al Pacino in
yeah.
the picture, right?
Yeah.
Was it as much fun making this one as it was the first one?
Well, yeah, it was a lot of fun. No, it was fun.
Lots of fun things happened during the making of the picture, I suppose.
It was just fabulous.
Fun, lots of fun.
Yeah. But I'm as articulate as ever, can't you?
No, it just takes a little while for you to open up. I think you want to.
The wanting is there. No, I don't know. Hey, you know, I don't know if I do want to.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think I'd be better if I wanted to? Don't you think that I'd be much more articulate if I really wanted to be more articulate? Or
I
not?
think you're articulate. I think you find it sometimes difficult when you're here to express yourself. I bet when you're alone.
When I'm...
No, I meant not on television. Sitting in a room with somebody else. Do you find conversation easy?
Oh, yeah, me and my cats all the time, you know. We just
You and your
have
cats.
many serious conversations, yeah.
How many cats do you have?
Two.
Two.
Yeah.
Two.
Two
Well,
cats. Do you have any pets?
No, I did have a dog. I don't like cats.
Yeah, I don't... Sorry.
I'm sorry,
I
America.
can
Now, you're not
understand
supposed to say that.
No, that's okay.
But I do not
don't
like
see why-
cats.
You don't
Because
have to.
cats, you can't. Cats are so damn independent.
Yeah.
You know, when I
Yeah.
feed an animal, human being or any kind of an animal, and I want to say, come here, animal, I want that animal to come here. I mean, that's all. Or do a backflip, and I want the animal to do a backflip into the wastebasket or do something. But cats just sit there and lie on the television or the radiator where it's warm, and they don't do anything. They just look at you.
Yeah.
They don't give you any affection. You try to pet a cat, they scratch you half of the time, right? Mine did. See what I mean? Right away.
They turn on you fast.
Well, do you travel with your cats?
I have to. I mean, what else can I do? I can't leave them in the apartment for 3 months.
Why not? No, I mean, of course you can't. No, a little humor there, America. No, I didn't mean that. Of course you wouldn't do that to an animal.
Well,
how about the neighbors?
The neighbors, hey, they, I don't know who my neighbors are.
Oh, well, that's no good then.
I'm in this apartment building, and I don't
Can't you put them in don't they have these kennels?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that, no. I don't know. I just,
So you travel with them?
just bring them in that kitty carrying case and,
Wherever you
watch
go?
them, yes.
Can you carry cats aboard an airplane?
Yeah, it's an enormous hassle, because, so... Yes, you can. The answer is yes.
Well, that's all I was looking for. You can carry the cats aboard an airplane.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
Well, they don't like that, though, I guess.
They aren't thrilled, They aren't just absolutely pleased to see you with two cats. And the thing is, I always have a big bag, and you have to put them under your seat, and they hate it, and they have a tendency to throw up and do other wonderful little things that people in front of you don't enjoy.
Oh, I can understand that.
Too much.
Why don't you get rid of them? If they're...
I can't get rid of them.
Are you attached to them, really?
Oh, yeah, I happen to be attached to them. I'm one of, I have that, I've turned into one of those women,
Yeah.
Those...
You can end up one of those old ladies that keeps 400
right.
cats in the
400
house?
cats and no relationships, just a lot of animals, and no human beings, just very, very insane,
What are their
locked
names?
up in a room. Their names are Bill and Blanche.
Bill and Blanche. Sounds like a very good name for a cat.
And Blanche is exactly like Blanche Dubois. I mean,
In
she's totally
Streetcar
insane.
Named Desire?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Bill is your average cat. He's your average cat, gray.
Are these, I don't know much about, are they purebred, like, the Siamese, or are
God.
these just cats?
They are very cat-like. No, they're just nothing. They're your ugly, cats.
Did somebody leave them on your...
One, well,
This is the way people used to get rid of cats, They put them on
Yeah.
people's doorsteps, or they just leave them.
Well, that didn't exactly happen to me, but
Oh.
something maybe similar. Like I picked them up at the pound, like that.
That's not quite the same.
No, actually, it's not quite the same.
That means you have to go get them, otherwise somebody left them. That's a lot different, you see. You said it was similar. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, sure, right. Well, I tell you, this is swell.
Yeah. Well, what else? So what else has been happening? Now, you've done the two
just
movies?
Everything. I mean, it's just been grand.
Yeah?
No, nothing.
I just have to ferret this out. You just make me work a little bit when I talk with you, that's all.
No, I want to tell you something. Now, I'll tell you something.
Okay.
I saw you in real life just the other day. That's right.
Listen, Johnny, are you sure you're not hearing any of this? You can't hear any of this?
I thought I heard she said you just saw me in real life.
I did. You were in Saks Fifth Avenue, and it was just the most incredible thing. It was just, there you were with your wife, I assume. I think it was your wife. I don't know.
Yes, that was my wife.
Yeah, and I guess you were there Christmas shopping like any other human being. It was.
No, I was just dropping off some cats, actually. Yes, I was there. Why didn't you come over and say hi?
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Oh, no, shoot. I would never do that, you know. But I did take a good look at you, and I said, that's him. That's that guy. That's that
Well,
one.
you've seen me a dozen times. You've been here.
But I wouldn't approach you in the, in a store. That would be sort of like, oh, well, hi, yeah, hi.
Well, certainly wouldn't have bothered me.
No? Oh,
Not
well,
a bit.
that's nice. Yeah, okay.
We're going to take a break, and we're coming right back. I thought you were leaving. I'm working on you, Diane. It's going to take a little time.
We try hard.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'll never learn.
No, that's all right. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
Oh, life.
Times sure have changed. Why, when your mother was a little girl, she learned to fry chicken in a pan. Oh, it was a lot of trouble. But it sure tasted good.
Papa, to fry chicken this evenly, I'd have to fry different parts separately with different frying times. That's what banquet does.
Oh, no doubt banquet chicken is good, but somehow just not the same.
You're so right, Papa. Thank goodness for banquet.
Say, lady, if you don't mind my asking, what's that great perfume you're wearing?
Intimate by Revlon.
Pardon me, what's that great perfume you're wearing?
Intimate by Revlon.
Excuse me, what's that great perfume you're wearing?
Intimate by Revlon. The fragrance people notice.
What's that great perfume you're wearing?
Intimate by Revlon. Beautiful.
We've returned. We're talking with Diane Keaton. You know, people who've seen you on the show have come up and asked me, and they said, what kind of a gal? She seems, is she putting you on and so forth? I said, no. I says, that's just, you're just like you really are. Are you not?
It's so unfortunate for us all.
No. No, you don't be self-deprecating,
I'm
and you
sorry.
shouldn't do that. We talked about that one night.
No, right, okay.
But I'm just trying to find out things about you that intrigue me.
Yeah, it's hard to find them, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, no.
Suppose a nice fellow that you like came to you and said, you could do anything you wanted tonight.
Yeah.
Or go or whatever. What would please you? What would be your idea of doing something that would be fun and exciting and stimulating and etc.?
Well, gee, just like anyone else, I guess, I'd go any place. I mean, providing that it wasn't, too extreme, like, I wouldn't want to go to a massage parlor or one of those,
Have you ever had fellows say, let's go to a massage parlor?
No, actually, no. No, the offer's never been there. No, no. I'd go any place.
Dancing or...
Sure, hey, if I like some, sure.
Sure.
Hey, how about you? Wouldn't you? I mean, I'm sure that you do the same thing that I would do, except that you would be different. You would be you, as opposed to me being me. And,
that would be the main difference.
Yes. You would dance and perhaps eat a few things, like, say, a steak, or,
right.
And I, too, would eat a steak.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's about it. I mean...
Another night shot to hell, yes.
Yeah, I'm a real winner, I tell you. Well.
Yeah. Are you currently going? Well, I don't like to sound like a fan magazine interview, but are you currently going with anyone? Or?
I'm currently not going with anyone. I'm currently preoccupied with my cats and, a few friends.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going with anyone. Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that girls always have to, settle down and get married. Don't you get tired of people asking that?
Yeah.
How come you're not married,
Yeah, not too many people have asked me that. But I guess hey, I'm not preoccupied with it right now.
Yeah.
It's been a rather interesting year in that, I've been going around a lot and doing those things. I've been working more than I have for...
What kind of a girl do you play in this Woody Allen picture? Woody's one of my favorite people. He's most talented.
Yeah,
He's a fine writer.
He is, isn't he? He's great.
Yeah.
I really like him. I think he's really good.
Yeah, he is.
It's really great because I play a real jerk, and it's something, it's something that I can really identify with, very easily. It was so easy for me to just become that monster. That sort of, that sort of spoiled brat was very easy for me to do. And it was really fun. It was very flamboyant, and Woody also is a jerk, so it was very easy to be two jerks together in a movie.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I sure do, yeah. I really like them, too. I'm very close to my family.
Yeah? What do they do? Are any of them...
Well, my sister Dory is an artist. She's studying art, and my brother Randy is... he works for my father, and my sister Robin. I'm telling you this stuff, and it's all really uninteresting. But I really like them. And my sister Robin is married.
That's nice.
And my mother and father are married.
Good. Good old-fashioned principles there.
That's right. And
solid
I have
stock.
2 Grammys. And I have all those same things that I have all that stuff. And I like it a lot.
That's good. You like to sing now, don't you?
Yeah.
You seem to feel more comfortable sometimes when you're singing.
Yeah, I don't, oh boy. I guess it's something that, I won't even try to explain it, yeah. I feel more comfortable.
Did we have to know anything about the song you're going to do for us? Because I know you have to leave earlier tonight.
Yeah, I really thank you. It's a real famous song. Everybody knows it.
A famous song?
Yeah, so you
Okay, now here's one of a famous songs.
Famous song.
You want to get over there and get set? And,
Yeah.
All right.
You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me love you. And all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. You made I didn't want to tell you. I want your love, that's true. Yes, I do. Indeed, I do. You know I do. Give me what I long for. You know you got the brand of kisses that I'd die for. You know you made me love you.
She is something.
She does things like that. She's really one. She has a very vulnerable quality about her. You know.
So damn honest. It's so wonderful.
That's her. That's her.
I love
She's
her.
completely honest. I think she
great.
really feels that way.
Yeah.
And she gets up there and does something
Boy.
almost a cappella like that.
Every word
It's-
means something.
It's got a
It's nice
sweet
to see
quality.
that.
She's fun. We will be right back. We've got a brief message here, and Sammy Davis is here, and Freddie Prinz, and Irma Bombeck will join us tonight.
Oh, let Santa give you a tip about your Christmas tree. I put these in water, but now this one's dried out. Falling needles and messy and a fire hazard. But not this tree. I mix Prolonged Tree Preserver in its water. It's fresh and green with tight needles. See the difference? Take a tip from Santa. Keep the needles on the tree where they belong with Prolong. New from Texas.
This Christmas, Steve Farrell bought a present for himself, the all-new Dutch Masters cigar jar. He really liked the opaline glass jar with its new seascape design, but the part he liked best was inside. 25 mild Dutch Masters presidents. Steve thinks the Dutch Masters cigar jar is the best present he ever bought for himself. And for his wife. We won't tell if you won't.
You don't have to say too much about Sammy Davis. Everyone who's ever watched him knows what a tremendous performer he is. He's a good friend also. And he'll be working December the 7th, which is, day after tomorrow? In San Diego at the International Sports area, and on Sunday, December 9th at the Community Center in Tucson, Arizona. He gets around, doesn't he? And at the Mill Run Theater in Chicago on December 13th. Would you welcome, please, Sammy Davis?
In the still of the night, as I gaze through my window at the moon in its flight, my thoughts all stray to you. In the still of the night, as I lay without slumber, oh, the times without number, darling, when I say to you, do you love me as I love you? Are you my life to be, my dream come true? Or will this dream of mine fade out of sight like the moon, growing dim on the rim of the hill, in the chill still of the night? Do you love me as I love you? Are you my life to be, my dream come true? Or will this dream of mine fade, 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 fade out of sight like the moon, a growing dim? Ooh, Lord, on the rim, I mean the rim of a hill, in the chill and the still of the night, in the still of the night. Shoo-wee-doot-and-doot, shoo-wee-doot-and-doot.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, John.
Good to see you again. Were you out with McMahon the other night?
I was with him last night. He is doing, along with Miss Carr, a yeoman's job at our hotel. He's breaking it up.
That's good.
I really mean it, man. The comments, because now that I'm an owner, you dig what I'm saying?
That's what I hear, yes.
Yes. My boss. He said to me last night, I got to tell you what he did. I'm sitting in the place, now I'm the vice president, for those of you nice folks who may not be aware of it. I happen to be legitimately licensed by the Nevada Gaming License Commission, which you got to get a clean bill of health and all that jazz. But I'm very honored. I'm the first black man to ever be so honored. I have 8 points at the Tropicana Hotel, and currently appearing at the Tropicana Hotel is Miss Vicky Carr and my man and my brother, Mr. Ed McMahon. And they're breaking it up. So I'm sitting now, we're after the show, we're in the lounge, and Ed calls over one of the waitresses and says, "It's a little warm in here. Tell them to turn it down a little bit. There's an energy crisis going on." And the woman said, "Yes, Mr. McMahon." I went, "Wait a minute, I'm a vice president. Don't you want to check with me?" She didn't even say nothing to me.
You went and turned down the...
And she went and turned it down, man. That was it. Now, you know he big.
Yeah. What she doesn't realize is that Ed carries his own warming energy with him all the time. To him, Admiral Prairie could turn the igloo down. What does he know? Why, it's hot. Everybody else could be freezing to death.
But I thought it was just wild because those people in Vegas, as you know, if they don't really dig you, the help, They won't do nothing. They were all around him. Everybody digs him.
Yeah, that's great.
So I thank you. I thank you
Thank
for
you. Oh,
thank you
nice
for
to be with
doing great business along with Vicky, and I thank you for being the friend that you are. And you do a good act.
Thank you.
You know, it's not just a lot of stuff. No, I didn't mean to be rude, but that almost slipped out, and I didn't mean that. Yes, I did mean
Yes,
it.
I was-
You can't say it on television. But most people say, well, what is Ed McMahon going to do? You have to see him wherever he is, then you'll see what he does, because it's a good working act. I really mean that, man.
Don't you have anything nice to say about me?
You work the other hotel, John.
What the hey? Somebody told me the other day, Joanna saw Altabese, and she said you weren't feeling well or something, or were you?
I just went through a thing that I really don't understand. I went up to Lake Tahoe to work at Harris, and I just got through doing the Follies, did the 13 Follies. I've been home every night, and as you know, there is not a lot of carousing around when you're at home and your old lady's with you every day. You know, you have a few on the weekend, you go whoopee, you stay up till 2:30, and that's the end of it, you know. But I went up to Tahoe, couldn't wait to get on. 2 days in, the bug hit me. I was out for 4 days. I got up. The doctor said, you're okay. I went back in, worked 3 days, right on my knees again. I tell you, the straight life is killing me.
Yeah, because you have been known in your formative years. You know, you've gone through a lot of lifestyles and changes
Yes,
with your
I
life,
have.
right?
No, actually, I haven't changed. Society has.
Yeah. But you were
Because all the things that everybody's
you were
going
ahead of
whoopee about, I was doing it
That's
in
what I'm
the
talking
old
about.
days.
But we're also not as young, you see.
That's it.
Ever think of that?
That's what the doctor told me. So I came back, when I left
Does that
Tahoe-
come as a great shock? It always does to me when some doctor tells me, because I figure I feel as good as I did when I was 20 or 25. In fact, in a lot of ways I feel better mentally and
Mentally,
physically.
yes.
And I'll go out and try to do something, and he says, what do you mean you played 6 sets of tennis? I said, I'm a little tired. And he says, well, you played for what? I said, 4 hours. And he said, how old are you? And I said, I'm 48. And he says, well, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden comes as a great shock.
The doctor told me, my doctor said to me, Jerry Blankford said, it's an old, he says, I tell you what you got, Sam. It's called too many candles on the cake. Yeah. And I went, then I dug what he was saying, which means that there is a responsibility, and particularly guys like yourself, I think all three of us, and I'm sure many people in the audience and watching have done the same thing. You used up a lot of energy, man, from the time you were like 20 till you got to be 40. And now some of that's got to get paid back somewhere along the line.
You can't do it all
You remember
the
the
time.
old days when you used to say, I bet I can stay up longer than you can?
Yeah, right.
And you just stayed up 5 days looking at each other. I'm up, see there.
It's like when you're in the service, you'd go out for 3 or 4 days, and you'd come back, and Monday or for whatever it was, reveille, and you were just feeling great.
That's it.
Now you do it, it's in Mount Sinai for a week and a half in traction or something.
Well, you know, I
What's
was
the
also-
longest you've ever stayed up?
I don't know. I think 4 days I did it in Pittsburgh. And that's before I got into drugs, you know. I wasn't...
You went through that for a while.
Oh, yeah. I was called a speed king at one time.
Yeah.
You know, and I couldn't deal with it. I admit it based upon the fact that I went through trips and all kinds of things. And I just couldn't deal with it, man. I couldn't deal with it, which I don't think anybody can. This
Not
is why
in the
I
long haul.
No. And, you know, somebody wants to smoke grass, that's their business. But I'm just talking about anything of any kind that messes up your mind, stops you from functioning as a human being. And whatever excuse you use, in other words, I'm doing this to hide what race I am, what my position is, I can't bear this.
I'm
I
on a
can't bear
tough
the pain.
schedule, I gotta
Right.
stay awake, all that.
When you come down off your high, all them problems are still facing you, and you got to deal with it.
Right.
You know, that's why I'm on the drug commission and all that jazz, because I just think it's dumb. And ain't nothing hip about it.
And I think a lot of it... I hope we've seen, and some doctors seem to feel that maybe we've seen that kind of peak in the last few years, and the kids are finally getting hip, you know, because it takes their own peer group to tell them. Adults can't go to kids and say, hey, get off of those uppers
no.
or those downers or all those things. But the kids the same age can eventually get to them and say, as you said, the problems are going to be there.
I've seen the turnaround since 69 to 73, now into 4. And being on the drug commission out of Washington and all that jazz, and talking to young people, they're doing more. And the only thing that really gripes me now is that, and I'm talking about kids, I can't go into the ghetto and talk to my own young brothers and sisters because they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to listen to anyone that they consider jive or jamp or, hey man, he's bourgeois, he don't know. Yeah. But when their own people who live and deal with the problem within the community does it, then that's where it's heavy. And if you can deal with it on that level and help those young brothers and sisters, whether they be black or white, to do their thing within the community, that's where it's important. Because they don't need nobody coming. They don't want me to come into Watts or to Bedford-Stuyvesant telling them, listen, and I'm sitting here with all these rings on going, I don't think you should deal in drugs, you know. They don't want to hear that, man. They wouldn't get, first of all, I don't think the car would get into the area. No. And I appreciate that.
You could turn off the air conditioning to show that you understand. You know, just as you go through and then turn it right on as you get out. Yeah, we're getting too old for that.
No, wait a minute. But the important part is that what is your contribution going to be? What is yours going to be? What is mine going to be in terms of my commitment to my people? So you say, but what I believe in is this. How can I best help? And if a brother says to you, whether he be black or white, says, give me the money, let me explain it to him, where it came from. Don't you show up. Because you're going to blow it by the time you sit there, because the two cats are already mad at the number you didn't sing on the Tonight Show.
You can't win.
So you can't win. So you say, that's the way it's got to be done.
All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back.
The Art of Pool on this new Joe Namath pool table from Monroe. It's big and sturdy, and it has automatic ball return, and it's straight and true. So when you're shooting good, nothing's going to stop you. Monroe also makes this exciting Joe Namath day-night football game and Bobby Hull hockey, too.
There you go, baby. 123-3. Want to rack them up again?
You're a pro. What am I going to do? But when it comes to sports games, Monroe is the pro.
To Rip Caldwell, whose flight took off with the score tied.
Big rush. He's in trouble. He's back to his own.
United Airlines dedicates friendship service. On many of our cross-country flights, Rip can hear top college and pro football games and the latest news. Another reason more people choose the friendly skies than any other airline in the land.
The friendly skies of your land. United Airlines.
A long time.
Long time.
Huh?
It's Johnny Brown. I forgot to mention one thing, that when I was talking about the trop, I'm very happy that I'm getting a lot of your family there, even though you're not coming. Ed's there now, and Doc comes in with Ann Margaret.
It follows
Ed on the 12th. We're looking forward to you, Sir Doctor.
Yeah, he's great.
Bring your horn if you can.
What do you feel in the mood? You feel in the mood of doing anything? You want to chat? You want to sing? You want to dance? You want to whatever? Want to cook out?
It doesn't matter to me.
Whatever you want to do.
I would just like to say, can I say something before I go into the singing?
Sure. Same lady wanted to know when I was going to be off, I think.
I just want to say that I do this out of respect for Maud, because it was the nicest compliment the other night when she said, her daughter said to her, "You don't understand, Ma. I gotta be me. I gotta be me." And Maud said, "My God, you sound just like Sammy Davis Jr." So allow me, if you will, to do "I Gotta Be Me." Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I gotta be me. I gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am? I want to live, not merely survive, and I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me alive. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. The dream that I see makes me what I am. That faraway prize, the world of success, it's waiting for me if I'll heed the call. I won't settle down or settle for less, as long as there's a chance that I can have it all. I'll go it alone if that's how it must be. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I gotta be me, and I gotta be free, daring to try to do it or die. I gotta be me, and I'll go it alone if that's how it must be. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I gotta be free, and I'm gonna be free, daring to try to do it or die. I gotta be me. Do we have time?
I was almost in my dressing room when I heard the applause.
You gotta put me. You know, you gotta allow me the privilege. I haven't worked for about 2.5, 3 weeks, and when I come to John's show, it's like visiting his home, and it's and the audiences are groovy, and I hope you nice folks at home who are watching do not think that I'm trying to take advantage. The truth of the matter is, I am. Can you give me this? Now, wait, bass. When we ain't gonna do that. We just gonna have something. Give me this. Pick your own key and do it. Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years. Do you still dig me? If I don't see no ribbon round the old oak tree, then I'll stay on the bus. Forget about us. Put the blame on me. If I don't see a ribbon round the old oak tree. Who can take a sunrise, take a look at you,
Cover it with chocolate or a miracle or two. The Candyman. The Candyman can. Yeah, the Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Well, the Candyman makes everything he bakes satisfying and delicious. Talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you get the feeling? Yes, I do. Do you get the feeling through and through? Wow! Do you get the spirit in you? Yeah, yeah. I wanna hear you. I wanna hear you. I wanna feel you say I got the spirit. Ha! Ha! Don't you go think a conga, ching ching coca chiconga, chicongo, chica chicon chiconki, coca ching chica chicon. Ha, I said a choo, pick a chicon, chica bo, ching pa, chica chick, ha, cha cha, ha, cha, honka chica pa, ching pa, chica chica, ha.
That's such fun to do.
Hey, that's great. That's great.
Thank you, Doc. Thanks the gentlemen in the orchestra. Of course, my man George Rose.
Thanks,
Thanks
George.
all the time.
We'll take a break. We're coming right back.
Arnell Blend 100. It's a whole new kind of Arnell. Arnell Blend 100, an easy care fabric that feels like fine cotton. Arnell Blend 100. Medici does it in a lot of great prints. You can never get enough of them.
Shame to stop that. That's it. You got them all jazzed up tonight.
Oh, there's good jazz tonight.
Yeah. I forgot to ask, where are you working New Year's? Are you working New Year's Eve?
I'm doing, for the first time, I'm going to do a thing here at the Century Plaza in Los Angeles on New Year's Eve because I've got my kids. We're taking, Altaviz and I are taking the kids down to Hawaii, vacation. And then they come back and I'm going to do New Year's. See, usually I'm in Vegas, you know.
Right.
And I don't know how it happened this year, but they've got Wayne Newton.
Wayne has an army cot in the back of the hotel.
Yes.
Wayne lives there, you know.
He does 30 weeks a
He
year.
says, Myron Cohen's sick. Wayne's here.
But I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna do the show.
Great.
I hope it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. We got some surprises coming in. I think the people will enjoy it.
We have a new young comedian with us tonight, and as you know, this is a hard commodity to find in this business. Are young guys who can come out in front of an audience and not have a great deal of exposure and try to find people accept what they do. And this gentleman, his name is Freddie Prinze. He's just 19 years old and graduated about 6 months ago from the High School of Performing Arts in New York. And he works in New York at the Improvisation in a place called Catch a Rising Star. And this is his first appearance on The Tonight Show. So make him feel welcome. You sound like you're in a good mood. Would you welcome Freddie Prinze?
Yeah.
Freddie.
Thanks very much. I'm from New York, and it's a weird town because it's a melting pot. We have all kind of people, even Armenian midgets, you know. And I come from two backgrounds, Hungarian and Puerto Rican. But yeah, I'm a Hungarican. It's like a very heavy title because I could never figure out how my parents met, a gypsy and a Puerto Rican. I asked my mother, she said they were on the subway trying to pick each other's pocket. My mother always talks about the wedding. Oh, the wedding was beautiful. You should have been there. I was. My Puerto Rican relatives went all out. They go out and charter a subway, right? The greatest wedding. And we moved to a neighborhood in Manhattan called Washington Heights. It's like a suburb of Harlem. You know, slums with trees. Even the birds are on drugs. They don't know how to fly. They fall out of trees. They come up to you, tweet, tweet, turkey, give me a quarter. Really, the rats wear sneakers and dungarees, you know? Never understand. I like roaches, though. Because you step on a roach, you hear them snap, but as soon as you lift your foot, they run like hell. That's right, it's like they know. He thinks he got us, come on, you know. And we have the kind of superintendent in the building. It's a 6th-floor run-up, by the way. It's the kind of building the super never wants to fix anything, but he still wants a key to your apartment. Right, in case of an emergency, like he needs a few dollars. We have Mr. Rivera. Whenever you go to complain to Mr. Rivera, he answers the door with his 6 kids, so you feel bad. Say, Rivera, man, no hot water for 11 years now. Right, Rivera's answer, it's not my job, man. Don't bother me with your trolling. I don't speak English. Boom, slams the door. And gives the people the wrong impression of Puerto Ricans. Most people think all we do is stand on street corners going, hey, baby. What, you can't talk with me? I don't need you if you're conceited, you know. But that's not true. You see us in department stores too. You know, not only street corners, in department stores you see us, why'd you back, man, with the clothes rack, you know. My neighbor is crazy. It's just like that. Like, for instance, you cannot own a yellow car in Washington Heights. I tried it. I had a yellow car, stop for a red light, a guy jumps in. 84th Street. The hell you mean you ain't a cab? I'll stick you up anyway. What do you think about that? So I bought myself a Puerto Rican mobile. It's a 64 Chevy. Pom-poms on the antennas. Saran wrap partition. And standard in all Puerto Rican mobiles, a little dog in the back window with the head. You know? I always get in trouble. I don't know how it happens, right? My mother gives me a lot of advice. And it makes me get in more trouble, because all mothers say this, right? Don't wear those ripped underwear. What if a car hits you and they take you to the hospital? All my life, I thought that meant the first thing the doctor does. All right, check his drawers. Oh, call his mother. Look at that hoe, yeah. She gave me a lot of advice before I came out here to L.A. She says, have a good time, enjoy yourself, you know. First thing I did was I went to the zoo. The L.A. Zoo is great. But I understand the sign in the monkey house says, please do not annoy the monkeys. What, are they busy? How do you get on a monkey's nerves? Right? Hey, Chimp, King Kong was a fruit. What do you think about that? Doesn't happen. You know who really annoys me? That pervert, Mr. Whipple. The Charmin commercial, you ever see that? I saw that commercial in Spanish in Puerto Rico. He goes, ladies, no squeezy squeezy with the Charmin. Ay, Dios mío, Charmin, I love you, te quiero tanto. What do you mean, no squeeze the Charmin? I squeeze you, get out of here. You know, and if they can have that, why can't they have a Puerto Rican astronaut? Right, being Puerto Rican, that annoys me. I wrote to the proper authorities. I said, why isn't there a Puerto Rican astronaut? I get a letter back. What are you, kidding? All the way to the moon, you blow the horn, play the radio. They said you stick your head out the window. Hey, baby, mommy. Probably figure we'll wear a red foil spacesuit with a vest, you know, a little chain. What they're really afraid of is that we'll get to the moon, unload the moon buggy, the hubcaps will be missing. And I was wondering, if they can have that, they can have a Puerto Rican president. And man, if there was a Puerto Rican president and he got in trouble, how would he pass the buck? It's not my job, man. Thank you very much.
Great.
Wow. Oh, man.
Amen, huh?
This is something.
You know, there's no greater thrill for me personally to have somebody come out here who's unknown and stand up in front of an audience and absolutely wipe them out the first appearance coast to coast. That's great.
Thank you.
You're going to do fine, really. A lot of people have started on this show. And you can always sense when there's something there that the audience likes them right away.
Yeah.
They got to like you. And you can do, a lot of guys come out and do comedy and they say, oh, I don't like him. He's funny, but we don't like him. You got that nice empathy with the audience.
Thank you very much.
And it's a delight to have you here. We'll take a break. We're coming right back.
Lady Kenmore dishwasher. Gives you freedom from scraping, freedom from pre-rinsing, because it has 2 hot water jets that scour dishes and a stainless steel pulverizer for soft food waste. We call Sears Lady Kenmore the Freedom Maker, because it gives you freedom to do more important things.
In a world where everyone's taller than he is, Fisher-Price creates a world where everyone's smaller. The Fisher-Price Play Family Village. There's a theater, a rooftop restaurant, a barber shop, a mailman to deliver the mail. And of course, there's a village fireman. Then, after a busy day, our Play Family Village pulls in its sidewalks for the night and goes to sleep.
welcome back to our all-minority review tonight. What did you say your mother said before you came out here to ask?
My mother said, she said to me, ask Johnny Carson if there's really water in the cup.
Water, coffee in the cup.
Coffee.
Yeah, it's really great to have you score. This is your first, you said you've done a few other things. You worked the Playboy Club and you did a show back in New York. But you've got it in your mind, it's what you want to do for a living now, huh?
This is it.
That's great.
Who writes your material, may I ask?
Me so far.
Keep it that way.
You're good. You can do that. That's a big help. But we thought since everything is swinging so well tonight, and Louis is sitting in, Louis Belson with our orchestra tonight, and we thought we might let the band cook for a while. You got something there?
Yeah, we have a Louis Belson original composition entitled Space and Home.
Space and Home?
Right.
Go.
Right.
We're done. Thank you, boys. We'll be back after this word. Now there's a line of top quality audio products priced for everyone from Superscope.
Take it from a guy who really knows. Superscope Stereo is one fantastic stereo buy. It's from the same company that brings you famous Marantz stereo. Yet, it's priced for every budget-minded music lover. Discover the quality line of Superscope stereo and 4-channel receivers, compacts, tape decks, and speaker systems. Really smart stereo shoppers don't give a toot for anything but Superscope stereo.
One picture and a Superscope cassette recorder can make it happen all over again.
Fill your glasses with champagne. The love and happiness for years to come.
Pictures just aren't enough. Get a budget price Superscope cassette recorder with a built-in condenser microphone today. And keep tomorrow forever.
Hey, this has been a crazy night. Crazy night. Where are you working next? You
I'll
got
be at
things?
the Playboy Club in New York this Friday and Saturday.
Right.
And
Those are good clubs and to try out things because you get a varied
kid
audience
sharp.
there, and that's great, and they're very hip.
Yeah.
Will you come back?
Hey, I'd love to.
Do our show again?
Love to. You got the same audience?
Same audience. Before we go tonight, I have to apologize to Mrs. Irma Bombeck, who has a fascinating book. She's because we ran a little long tonight, and she will be back with us. She said she's going on tour right now, but she has a very funny book called I Lost Everything in the Postnatal Depression. And it's not fair to bring somebody out and just give them 4 or 5 minutes, especially when they have so many things to say as Miss Bombeck does. And she'll be back with us soon, though. Do we take a break here and then come back? All right. A 1, a 2, a 3. Haven't we said goodnight before? We keep saying goodnight and we never leave. This is a sham. We're going to go till 2 o'clock in the morning, and people are waiting for sermonette. You're going to be at Mill Run in Chicago, Sam, and when? The 13th?
Yeah.
And-
I do Mill Run.
But San Diego before that, right?
San Diego on Friday.
Right.
Which I kind of appreciate doing because I don't get a chance to work San Diego in Phoenix. I mean in Tucson.
Right.
But it would be good. People will come if they want to come. They'll see a good show. If they don't want to come, they'll stay home and watch Kojak or whatever.
They'll come and see a show.
They'll come see a show.
They'll have a good time.
There will be no parading in the streets.
Thank you, Sam. Sensational as usual. Thank you, Freddie, for being with us. Good night.